Gay Eye. Michael Nairn sent us a great drawing of that, but I can't even remember what that was. That was one of the. Yeah. It's my movie pitch where the guy has to get eyeball replacement, and he gets an eye.
It was you and Cranston.
Oh, me and Cranston, right? Brian Cranston.
Gay Eye.
Yeah, give me the beats of Gay Eye.
Yeah, it's where you can't control your gaze. You're looking to the plumber's butt, and you can't. And you're like, oh, God, no.
Yeah, but the story is, like, they do those stories all the time where the person gets their hand replaced, but it's the hand of a serial killer, and now the hand has to kill. And they do that thing, too. I think there's a horrible Jessica Alba movie where, like, she was blind. Man, I don't need to say horrible in front of Jessica Alba movie, do I? I'll just say Jessica Alba movie, and you'll do the horrible math. Why waste time? Like saying engaged to be married? We got it. Just say engaged. So there was a Jessica Alba movie where she like lost her sight and had her eyes replaced. But I only saw the poster, but I think her eyes were like from a serial killer, and she could see into the future or something. But I was thinking, what if you had eye transplants, but you got gay? You got like, let's say there was a gay guy, and he was an organ donor, and he died on a moped accident, and you got his eyeballs, and then all of a sudden you were like this straight dude. This would be a funny movie. It'd be a comedy, you know. It's like you're Matthew McConaughey, right? Donnie,
yeah.
Find that Jessica Alba movie from like 3 years ago, like Angel Eye or something like that. I got to find the synopsis. All right, so here it is. You're Matthew McConaughey. You play fast and loose. You're a real cocksman. You're man about town. Thank you for saying hi, like the Japanese do. And you're nailing everything that's not screwed to the floor. And you're having the time of your life. And then all of a sudden, there's a horrible accident. Here's what happens, James. One of the many chicks you've fucked over, one of the many chicks you've screwed, you've loved and left and whatever, there's a knock on the door. He answers from his bachelor pad. He's got a chick in bed, and he's wearing his smoking jacket, and she throws acid in his face. Battery acid in his face. It's retribution for what he put into her face and earlier that week, and he never called her back. And he starts screaming, my eyes. Next thing you know, he's blind, and he needs eyeball replacement, and he gets the gay eyeballs. And now we cut to, like, him sitting at a restaurant, like an outdoor cafe, and he's checking out this really hot waitress. And, you know, we do that thing with the camera where the really hot waitress is walking up to the table, and he's focused on her, and all of a sudden he starts gazing over her shoulder to some guy who's getting out of a pickup truck, and he dropped his meter change, and he bends to get it, and his ass crack is showing, and he shows his eyes focusing on the guy's ass crack, and he's like, what the, whoa, and he does that, what the hell, and he rubs his eyes, and he gets back onto the waitress, but then it starts to veer away to the good-looking gay waiter who's off in the corner, you know, shaking his cocktail shaker and his martini shaker. And all of a sudden, he's got a hankering for cock. But he can't believe it. Now, his eyes are attracted to these things, but he can't maintain an erection.
I was thinking you could take it another step, that not only he can't control where he's looking, but his eyes, he actually has like that smiling, overtly gay, smiling, happy eyes. So that when he's talking to a guy, he's like, the other guy's thinking, man, is this guy hitting on me?
And he can't control his eyes. Here, the Jessica Alba movie's called The Eye, I guess. I gotta walk up and read what the hell the thing's about. But and then there's this thing where, like, he's talking to his boss, right?
Yeah.
And his boss is played by super cocky Alec Baldwin. You know, and he's wearing the suspenders and everything and the $2,000 Armani suit, and he's talking to his boss, and his boss is a player too. You know, his boss is like, he's married, but man, he envies McConaughey because he's single and all that pussy, all that skirt he's chasing. And while he's talking to his boss, you see McConaughey's eyeballs start to focus on Baldwin's cock. You know, and he's like, huh? And Baldwin's like, hey. Up here. I'm up here. And he starts looking at his cock again, and he's like, what's going on? I can't. So he starts wearing dark sunglasses in work because he can't take staring at guy's cock. It's a remake of a Hong Kong film, a woman who receives an eye transplant that allows her to see into the supernatural world. But either way, it's one of those Hollywood things where if you get an eye transplant or a hand transplant, you take on the personality of whoever you got him from. Listen, the gay eye, I like it. Maybe Cranston will star in it. We'll work it out. James.
He'd be great.
Thanks for the call, Bubba.
All right, man.
Good times.